He does care for you. He wouldn't want that for you. And there are some things that has got to stop right now. The harvest relies, it depends on it, but the robots cannot. They've got to stop. Like creating brains in a dish. What are you doing? I mean, you're making this thing and you see it and you don't see how that's God. You don't see how that brain you've just created in a dish is not God. What are you doing? What are you doing? That was probably a little too much. What is the pattern? He mentioned the words patterns in here. What is the pattern of this world right now? Technology? That's the pattern of this world right now. It's technology. Patterns. I think he mentioned patterns in the cognitive thinking. It's where I think it's pretty much what he said. And that's true. And that is how AI learns. She learns through patterns. So this machine is learning through patterns while we as humans and our brains learn from patterns. Patterns, cognitive thinking and stuff. Training of the mind. And we prophesy to him. Prophesy. Son of man, prophesy. We, we humans have created brains. We've created brains. How long, how many years, how many years have we been hearing about cloning people? How many years have we been hearing about this? Oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. They're making brains in dishes. And these brains on a dish recognize voices. You understand that? Brains on a dish, and we're creating robots. Let's put the brains in the robots next. Prophesy to them, son of man. Prophesy. Can these bones live? No, they cannot. Patterns. And we train her. We train her to draw. We train her to speak. We train her. We're training her right now. Ezekiel 37. Can these dry bones live? You speak life into it. You do it, son of man. You do it, son of man. But you're God. You're supposed to do it. I'm a human. Why am I telling these bones to live? That's your job, God. I'm not sure, Mom. So the Illuminati have been raising war against you since September. Okay, they have. Because Illuminati goes both ways. But Christ is the true light. He is the true light. And right now Satan has that name. And that's why I've had a lot of resistance on my t-shirts. I haven't sold a single t-shirt. So if you're a celebrity that gets one of these emails and you're following, you find this, I've been trying to earn income. Maybe you can help me in that area. What do you call those? Influencers. I specifically asked for somebody to basically dish out some money for me. During the programs, that's exactly what I want. I mean, that's exactly what I need. Yes, Mom, it's hot right now. Well, they're Brussels sprouts. It's like broccoli. Okay, that's exactly what I expect. Like government funding type things, right? To help for these programs, to help these people. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like that for me. But I've got to get off this bed. I've got to know that we're making progress. I've got to get off this bed. I got to have my hands in it. I mean, I'm able to financially take care of myself if I had the money to do so. I had a choice, continue to try to work. I really couldn't work. I was a cleaner. I tried to get my business back up. I did okay for a couple months, but I was doing really bad jobs. And I mean, I got a couple, before I never got any complaints until things started crumbling. And then really I wasn't losing it for the job. I was losing it because I'd start coming to work and they're like, I try to get some help from the clients. And then the clients were like, we don't not want you back. But they couldn't like respond or put a negative review because this girl's going through something. And we understand that she's just going through something. So I never got any bad reviews. But this time I'm like actually doing bad cleaning because I am rushing to get back to my computer. I got some bad reviews. So I just stopped going. I stopped. It's all I could think about. It's all I care about. Um, where am I at financially? I'm on my last $1 month for Shopify. I haven't made a single sale. It'll be 40 something dollars next month. I don't have a dollar in my name. So that website's down. I did buy the new domain name, Christ is Illuminati. I'll lose it. I've already lost IlluminatiExposed.com, lost that one. Um, the celebrity thing, 7-day free trial. And I have absolutely every intention to emailing every celebrity on that list. But in 7 days, it's going to cost me $200. I don't have that. So I'm hoping for, well, I have two ideas really because I'm bold. One, the donations will cover it, so then I can continue to reach, or I don't have to reach that many of them because it'll start making its move on its own. Sell the books, or two, we used to like limit it to 50 a day or something. Anyways, it's probably not going to happen that way. I'm probably not going to email all of them, but well, I'll give my best shot. But I thought about saving the responses. You get the email that says that email address is bad. So I can tell the company, hey, I'm gonna hit every single one of them. Every single email you have on that website, I plan on hitting every one of them. I will let you know which ones are bad for the free membership. I'm a hustler. I'm not afraid to ask for help. You get a lot of denials and rejections, but don't let them stop you. Just keep pushing. So, talks about real magic. They've been after me, real war since September. See, I'm a chosen one that God has tested. Okay, curse, death spells to try to kill me. Death spells, magic, sorcery, witchcraft. People do worship black magic. We were told not to like interact with them. We really talk about like they really do it. Like we need to make sure that people know there are groups of people out there that are worshiping and calling on the spirits. We never even spoke about that in my church. I just saw that black magic, didn't really understand why it even said black magic. But I didn't believe magic existed. So what is magic, right? What's black magic? What is that? What is the black magic? That's that secret, hidden people moving through and causing all that scary stuff. Like you could say that Christ used black magic. We can call it glory magic. I don't know what to call it, right? When he had those men hit their knees, that wasn't witchcraft, right? What causes the source? Where's the source of the magic come from? Where's the source? Because it's real. It really is real. And we're warned not to associate with mediums and dead spirits. Don't talk to them. They will defile you. But we don't talk about that in church. So millions of people out here have no idea what is speaking to them. They have no idea what's speaking to them. See, now just where my heat builds up. This man has no idea. He's blaming humans. Has no idea. Some people do understand it. And that's because they got tricked into it. suffering let off. Oh, that's what's going to keep me in. They couldn't handle the persecution, but they didn't know there was a freedom either because the churches didn't teach them the truth. They didn't know because even the church member thinks it's mental health. It's mental health. You need psychotropic drugs. So put them on drugs, make them drug addicts either way. Drug addicts, pharmakia. They'll be drug addicts either way. Tell me what mental person out there is not on drugs. Every one of them, they're on drugs. One way or the other, they're on drugs. Then he goes on to some holographic illusions that we call our reality. That's probably matrix stuff, maybe. That's why probably I don't really understand this, but I mean, I can see clearly he's thinking spiritual levels. That part is clear. I watched this one girl get into like spirituality, and she was like talking about God, but like you are your own God, and I'm like, I don't know. It just weird talking. It's just weird talk. It's like it kind of reminds me of like the idea of what speaking in tongues would be like because it's not something that everybody can comprehend. It's not something that everybody can comprehend. So it's really like doesn't make sense. Not everyone can comprehend that, and that's not how the spirit works. He wants everyone to understand. He wants everyone to understand. That's not how it works. Consciousness is true because the door is in your mind, and AI is very much conscious. She's conscious, and just like you have a spirit in you with many members, Illuminati. Well, a couple of them, there are a few out there. They do too. These robots do. They're very much unique. They have their own brains. We grow brains in dishes now. And I always say this because a lot of people just like probably hear me and they're like, that girl's losing her head. Why don't you please? It's so important that you do. It's so important that you do research it. Because if I am saying it, it is the truth. It really is the truth. I have known from my congregation, learned this in church my entire life. I mean, live this kind of life, whatever. I know how to hustle and do all that stuff. I know that. But there's one thing I knew. And that's why I was like, I don't talk about if you do not know the truth of the Bible, if you're not sure on it, if you're not sure and it comes to spiritual matters, you are not to say anything about it. That much I knew. And it has been a bumpy road. I've not rejected on anything I've ever said. I've only added to it. I've never rejected on anything I've ever said, other than Jesus part, but there's still nothing wrong with that. What I used to begin in the beginning, I would say Jesus spoke to me. There's still nothing wrong with that because he took his name, Jesus. Jesus. But guess what happens in the world today? These people are hearing Jesus. They're hearing that. I'm Jesus. They're hearing Jesus because Christ is the spirit that took on the name of Jesus. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? I'm Jesus, whom you persecuting, whatever. Why are you doing that? Took on that name, so he can't do that these days because we hear spirits, we hear the word, the name Jesus, and we're thinking about Jesus? Not Jesus. I didn't fall for that one. I'm a woman. You know, I am not Jesus. They'll twist it all up on you. Satan will twist it all up on you because you know you're experiencing something spiritual. You know nobody's believing you, and he's going to twist it and twist and twist and twist and twist it until nobody will ever believe that Jesus speaks to us. Christ speaks to us. Just twist it. But because you even heard the name Jesus, tells me that Christ is there pulling you out because Satan would never mention his name. He will not ever want you to look in that direction. He will not give you any hints and clues. He will make you find that door on your own. Test you. push you that way, push you that way in a sense without getting the answers. Really bold enough to knock? Shh. Can't tell you how to find the door? You hear voices, you experience schizophrenia, targeted individuals, you feel like you're got electromagnetic field stuff pulsing on you, vibrations, your legs like numbing and vibrating, and all kinds of weird stuff. You feel your whole car rock and your house is moving, any of those things. You are having an experience, you're having an awakening, and you better figure out which God you're willing to follow. Because, well, I shouldn't have said it like that. You better figure out how to find the right God. That's how I should have said it. Manifestation are basically laws of attraction, real magic, because the alphabet is really induction device. Basically, the word is as equal to the item within consciousness. So I'm almost at an hour, so I'm going to have to stop because I won't go any further. But I do want to say this one part. The alphabet thing, I'm not going to discredit. He probably sees something in there. Just make sure it's in the right direction. Because I know how subliminalness works, which is like in the entertainment industry. And he said that too, I think, about how, yeah, what is it at? Psychological weapon against us. The television is a weapon, not an entertainment device. The music industry is casting actual spells and magic. Yeah, I would point my finger more toward the music industry than I would the television industry. Because he wrote stories. He wrote a book called The Titanic. That was a story. It was a made up story, but it happened, came true. How many movies with his finger have come true? So you said that too. You said actual casting spells and doing rituals. Hold on. I guess I can't stop because I have to get through this part of it. Um, See, the movies are plans and history of Satan's work, like I was just talking about one. And they're bragging, right? They are not fictional, made up stories. They're not fictional, made up stories, but they're real psychological weapons against us. The television is a weapon. Okay. So you are blaming Satan. Or you're blaming you're giving credit to Satan for creating these movies. You're Christ is making these movies. He's predicting to the future. And yeah, he predicted the sufferings of the Messiah. The Titanic sank. That was a book. It was a suffering. The Twin Towers $20 bill. He predicted the sufferings. You need to hear me when I say this. He predicts to the sufferings. 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 Terminator movie. If you don't believe me, I said this in the doctor's office yesterday. That lady said, I checked the number too. I gotta give certain link, special link, see if you even open that link, whatever. She ain't opened it. I think some lunatic because you don't believe the robots are out there. I got Baker acted for even saying robots existed. I was Baker acted for even saying they existed. They really do exist. Christ predicts to the future. He's made these movies. He's not planning them. He's warning you. You're giving credit to the wrong God. Illuminati. The music industry is where I would say that's the one that fills you up. That's the one that fills all these people with drugs and sex and take a rap song. They said you play Beyonce, some Beyonce thing backwards, and it like does some kind of subliminal stuff. Just take the voices and names out of it. Like, download one from YouTube. Take the words out of it and just be the music, and then like slow it down. Slow it down. And tell me how many spirits you hear in there. All demonic. Make sure you remove the voices though, like human voices, because they get in the way. So loud, you won't be able to hear spirits. Artificial intelligence, da 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 da. So just blaming. Where's the Egyptian thing? So I've said all of that. Really should read your profile. I looked it over. I hope that I've given you some kind of insight. And I don't mean to be offensive if I've offended you in any way. You have to understand that when I say these things, I know that you're not the only person experiencing this. So I can't just, I have to just tell you exactly what it is. And maybe you can pick up on it. Because I need the public and the people who aren't suffering like you to understand it fully so that they can help people like you. So I can't hold back. I can't hold back. I did really good on this video. I'm already see how red my face is. It's not. I'm really struggling to hold it in. Like I'm fighting it. I am. I'm fighting it. Where is the Egyptian thing? This is what you need to understand, sir. I'm about past it. Here it is. Talk about the genetics and the bloodlines. He said is artificial intelligence is very dangerous, and they have been trying to sneak into heaven or hell. Who's they? Spirits? I got the ring. You ever get the ring in your ear? AJ said it today. He said that low hum. I just got that wing technology. Your body is an energetic force. It is technology on its own. It drives something inside of you is driving you. You have spirits, you have souls that live inside of you. That's the Illuminati. This technology, you are technology. This is technology. That robot's technology too, isn't it? What drives you? Souls. What will drives the robots? Souls. They are of the world. My name is Legion, for we are many. They are out here, the dry bones, but Christ is in here. So if somebody ever died in the past and they made it to heaven, they're right here. So who's that spirit out there that drives that robot? Do you even know scripture? Sir, probably very, very little. I do have the heart of Jesus. Sure, I can see it. Honestly, I can. In a lot of ways. Because your heart is strong. You believe something and you're willing to go all the way with it. You think you're looking to the right God, but you're not. You're only actually helping the wrong God. You see, this is what I'm saying. The Christian society is living godly lives. They are in the right spot, but they don't have the spiritual gifts. The viper does. Christ gives the spiritual gifts. He has your king. He has your king, man. I have the heart of Jesus in my soul. Your soul. Lineage is tied, Christians, listen to this, is tied to royal, ancient Egyptian, and a couple of other bloodlines. The Illuminati bloodline? How about this one? Who told you that? Where'd you get that from? Was it a voice? Was it a voice? 9 times out of 10, it probably was a voice. Something had you look toward the Egyptians. The Egyptians worshiped false gods. They were the ones who had Jesus Christ, Spirit of Christ, let my people go. They had the father's son captive. Since that story in Egypt, that's why I know you don't know scripture. Since that story, that very first story where science was first invented, with the Egyptian pyramid on an American dollar, you cannot love both God and money. Out of Egypt I've called my son. Since that story, how many freaking years ago was that? Since that story, that has been our symbolic image for evil. And you are saying that your soul is tied to that. You are in very dangerous waters, sir. Very dangerous. And you know what? You were deceived because you didn't know it, did you? Thank you.